Joining us by phone and wish to comment, please press star 3, which will raise your electronic hand. Our operator will identify you and bring you into the meeting. Pressing star 6 will mute and unmute your line. If you're online, you will see a hand and microphone icon at the bottom of your screen. Please use those at the appropriate times. We ask guests to begin public comments by stating your name and address for the record. The county attorney will administer an oath of affirmation to anyone giving testimony during a public hearing. We ask that public comments relate to the subject announced by the president. In addition to public hearings, there were 2 public comment periods, one at the beginning of the meeting for agenda items and one near the end of the meeting for general comments. This meeting is being recorded and will follow the rules and procedures adopted by Levy Court as well as the Mason Rules of Order. Back to you, Madam President.
Thank you. I'd ask Commissioner Pepper to do the invocation, Commissioner Hertz the pledge, moment of silence for troops and first responders. Commissioner Sweeney, all rise.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us to come together tonight to do work for you and to try to improve upon the King County. Please let everything that we do have your blessing. Amen.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence for our military, law enforcement, firefighters, paramedics, and other first responders who have given their lives in the line of duty. Please remember these individuals who died in the line of duty, as well as keeping their families in your thoughts and prayers as they deal with the loss of the loved ones. Lance Corporal Marcelino Gamino from Fresno, California. Lance Corporal Albert Aguilera from Riverside, California. Deputy Sheriff Melissa Pollard from the Wood County Sheriff's Office in Texas. Captain Helio Armando Garcia III from South Fulton Police Department in Georgia. Canine Officer Chico from the Bern Police Department in Texas. Canine Officer Knox from the Roanoke City Police Department in Virginia. Sergeant John Robinson from the Lafayette Fire Department Station 9 in Indiana. And Lieutenant Paul McKillick from the Town and Country Fire District in Ohio. Thank you.
Ms. Tanaka, roll call, please.
Mr. Angel, absent. Mr. Hall,
Present.
Mr. Hertz,
Here.
Mr. Pepper,
Here.
Mr. Scott,
Here.
Mr. Sweeney,
Here.
Mrs. Maston.
Here.
Madam President, roll call reveals 6 present, 1 absent.
6 present, 1 absent. Motion to accept the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Pepper, second by Commissioner Scott. Any questions? Roll call.
Mr. Angel, absent. Mr. Hall,
Yes.
Mr. Hertz,
Yes.
Mr. Pepper,
Yes.
Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney,
Yes.
Mrs. Maston.
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 6 yeas, 1 absent.
At this point, we open the agenda for public comment on any item on the agenda that's not covered by a public hearing.
For our guests joining us online, if you would like to make public comments at this time, please indicate by raising an electronic hand or pressing star 3 if you're joining us by phone. I see no hands raised online, Madam President.
Thank you. Motion to approve consent agenda 2506, which covers the approval of Levy Court business meeting minutes of Tuesday, March 25th, April 8th. Action items from the April 2nd workshop. Motion, please.
Make a motion to accept.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Scott, second by Commissioner Hertz. Any questions? Roll call.
Mr. Angel, absent. Mr. Hall,
Yes.
Mr. Hertz,
Yes.
Mr. Pepper,
Yes.
Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney,
Yes.
Mrs. Maston.
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 6 yeas, 1 absent.
Thank you. Okay, we have four presentations this evening. Could you all join me down in front, please? Ms. Tanaka, could you read the Resolution 4098, please?
Resolution 4098, declaring April 27th through May 4th, 2025 as Soil and Water Stewardship Week in Kent County, Delaware. Whereas healthy, fertile soil and clean water is the lifeblood of nutritious and sustenance throughout the world, and soil conservation is a benefit to everyone, and effective conservation practices ensure soil, water, animals, plants, and air can provide a rich standard of living. And whereas our survival and continued production and access to quality food and water depends upon the robust management of diverse natural resources nationwide. And whereas a focus on restoring and protecting native habitats plays a vital role in maintaining biodiversity, supporting pollinators, and enhancing ecosystem health, thereby strengthening the foundation for long-term soil and water conservation efforts. And whereas the theme for the 2025 Stewardship Week is home is where the habitat is, emphasizing the essential role of both natural and managed habitats in sustaining healthy ecosystems. This theme highlights that our homes, whether urban, rural, or wild, depend on the health and of the habitats around us, and that protecting these habitats ensures a thriving environment for all living things. Now therefore be it resolved that the Kent County Levy Court does hereby proclaim the week of April 27th through May 4th, 2025 as Stewardship Week in Kent County, Delaware, with an emphasis on the importance of preserving and restoring native habitats as part of our collective conservation efforts and celebrating the theme, home is where the habitat is. Be it further resolved that this resolution be incorporated into the official minutes of the April 22nd, 2025 meeting of the Kent County Levy Court.
Could I have a resolution or a motion to accept Resolution 4098?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Scott, second by Commissioner Pepper. Roll call.
Mr. Angel, absent. Mr. Hall? Yes. Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 6 yeas, 1 absent.
Thank you. We have with us tonight Mr. Twinning from the Kent County Conservation Board of Supervisors here. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for being here, Mike.
Thanks so much.
You know, this is so important. This is so important because it's a lot easier to maintain our environment like it is instead of having to restore it the way it was. And so it's very important for us to recognize this week as for what it is. And I believe next week the governor's awards are presented at the Agriculture Museum, and a lot of folks will be recognized up and down the state from 3 counties for some of the environmental work that they do. So it's a good thing, and a lot of people are doing good things that need to be recognized for. And today is Earth Day. So my wife and my grandkids took the opportunity to go down to Brown's Branch today and do some earthy things, picking up trash and cleaning up down there. So they had a great time. So grandkids understand what Earth Day is, and they appreciate it. So thank you. Thank you, Mike, for being here.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure to have someone here from Kent Conservation, and we sincerely appreciate everything you've done, and keep up the great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate everything that Kent Conservation puts forth. So they do a fine job for us. So thank you very much.
You know, it took Delaware almost 200 years to get us into the position that we were in before people like the Kent Conservation District came around and started looking at where our water was going, how we were handling it, and how runoff was taking away a lot of our topsoil. So it's going to take us a long time to get back to where we need to be, but we're glad you're there, and we're happy to recognize you guys during this week.
Yeah, Earth Day is the most appropriate time to recognize everything that you do for this county, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, just thanks for all you do. Thank you.
Congratulations on this recognition.
Now, Mike, you can talk.
Oh, I get to say something.
now, yeah.
No, I'd just like to thank the county for their support of the district, and as a representative of the district, I would certainly pass all the kind words on to the rest of the group. There's a lot going on in Delaware, and I have an opportunity through my work to travel around the nation and the world. I'm headed next week to an international conference overseas, and I can tell you the work that we're doing right here in the Chesapeake and Delaware Bay watershed is second to none. So thank you all for this recognition, and thank you for the support the county gives the district.
Thank you, sir.
Do I keep this?
That's yours.
All right.
While we're here, we have one more.
Oops, get your picture, Johnny.
As always, it's a great privilege when we have to announce the Employee of the Month. And for Kent County Levy Court, May 2025 Employee of the Month, Aaron Andrews. Ms. Tanaka, could you read the tribute?
Kent County department heads have selected Aaron Andrews from the Department of Public Works Engineering Office as the May 2025 Employee of the Month. Aaron is a GIS Technician 2 in the Engineering Office, having started his career with the county in August 2023 as a GIS Technician 1. His background in CAD and innovative approach to streamlining GIS processes quickly made a positive impact within the department. As a result of his contributions, Aaron was promoted to GIS Technician 2 in March of 2024. Aaron's current responsibilities include drafting a variety of projects such as district boundary lines, utility pumping stations, roadways, light poles, and other county utility projects. He is also responsible for drawing, revising, and digitizing existing county utility maps and plans. In addition to his technical drafting work, Aaron has demonstrated strong innovation and problem-solving skills. He developed a custom application to track trash-related issues and complaints, as well as manage replacements and repairs. Leveraging Esri applications, Aaron created a tool tailored to the county's specific needs for mapping, tracking, and communicating with staff and contracted haulers. This application has streamlined operations by reducing reliance on email and eliminating the need to track data in Excel spreadsheets. According to the Acting Director of Public Works, Diana Galt, beyond his technical contributions, Aaron boosts office morale by organizing fun events like Floral Friday and Flannel Friday throughout the year. With his friendly demeanor, team spirit, and willingness to help, Aaron is a valued asset to the Public Works Department. His innovative ideas continue to make a positive impact every day. Congratulations, Aaron, on a job well done, and he resides in Commissioner Hertz and Pepper's district. The tribute reads, Kent County Levy Court, May 2025, Employee of the Month, Aaron Andrews. On this, the 22nd day of April 2025, the Levy Court of Kent County, State of Delaware, does hereby recognize Aaron D. Andrews, GIS Technician to Public Works, Department of Public Works, Engineering Office, for his exceptional initiative, dedication, and conscientiousness in the delivery of services to the citizenry of the county.
Congratulations, Aaron. To Andy, come on down.
Sure, I say some thirds. Like I said, Aaron is a pleasure to work with personally and works well with other divisions and departments. His experience, knowledge, and technical skills are a great asset to Public Works in the county. He has taken rudimentary tasks and automated them and created interactive maps for staff to improve productivity and tracking. And he excels in creating solutions through mapping and automation and simplifying the department's daily tasks. Thank you, Aaron, and congratulations.
Aaron, it's always a pleasure when we do this, but for you to just start here in August of 2023 and to achieve Employee of the Month, that's quite an accomplishment. And goodness knows the list of functions that you do each day are certainly badly needed by the county. But I have to ask, what's Flannel Friday?
So we started, when I first started, I started wearing flowered shirts on Fridays just as a fun thing. Other people kind of caught on to what we were doing, so more and more people started wearing flowers on Friday. Well, then it became fall and then winter and like floral, not so much anymore. So then we switched to Flannel Friday. So we try and get everybody in the office wearing flannels on Friday. And
Okay.
yeah.
That sounds like a winner. Go, sir.
Congratulations, Aaron. Keep up the great work. Yeah, it's always nice to be appreciated by your peers and be voted as Employee of the Month. So extremely happy to have you as Employee of the Month, and good luck for the big payoff at the end of the year.
You've done a lot of great work in a short period of time. Appreciate everything you've done for the county. Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations and thanks for all you do. I know your employee, the people you work with think very highly of you, and I see you all the time down there. And plus, you're from the 6th district, the best district. Yet another one. Thank you.
Aaron, on behalf of all the employees here at the county, congratulations on this award. A few months ago, we had the opportunity at a workshop to see some of your skills put to work with the software that you've created for the trash management and things like that. Congratulations.
Thank you for all that you do, and I just asked Commissioner Sweeney if we had any employees that didn't live in the 6th district, since that seems to be where the employees are all the time from the Employee of the Month. But congratulations, and thank you for everything that you do.
Aaron, congratulations. I mean, as Lori's reading off the list of things that you got your fingers in, that's a jack of all trades, and I understand you're probably a master of most of them. But I think one of your best traits is organization, so that's the type of person we need, and congratulations on this award.
Would you like to speak?
I don't think I have much of anything. I mean,
There you go.
I appreciate the recognition. It means a lot, and it's nice to be able to work in a place where I can kind of bend the rules or kind of make them without really telling anybody, and just kind of telling them about it afterwards, and hoping they're not too upset with me. So I appreciate the latitude to explore new things.
There you go. Great job. Ms. Tanaka, I would ask Resolution 4102 be read, please.
Resolution 4012, Kent County Business Week, May 4th through 10th, 2025. Whereas the success of a business invariably depends upon its representation in the community it serves, and the reputation is nearly always the result of a strong company leader. And whereas the Central Delaware Chamber of Commerce engages in activities to assist the business community each year nominates business persons, companies, as examples of the quality of businesses in Central Delaware. And whereas this year, Central Delaware Chamber of Commerce has nominated the following individuals, companies, as outstanding business persons or companies. So under the category of Small Business of the Year, we have Delaware Farm Bureau, Forest Avenue Animal Hospital, Hilton Garden in Dover. Under the category of Large Employer of the Year, we have Bally's Dover Casino Resort, Century Engineering LLC, and Kleinfelder Company, NKS Distributors Incorporated. Under Young Professional of the Year, we have Cody Lynn Canassa, Kylie Fraser, Malcolm Jacob. Now therefore be it resolved that Kent County, Delaware hereby proclaims May 4th through 10th, 2025 as Kent County Business Week. Be it further resolved that this resolution be adopted this 22nd day of April 2025 and is hereby incorporated into the official minutes of the Kent County Levy Court.
Ms. Tanaka, just a point of clarification. On our agenda, it has Resolution 4102, which is up there, but on the document here in front of us, it's Resolution 4012. Okay, need a motion to approve Resolution 4102?
So moved, Madam President.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Scott, second by Commissioner Hertz. Any questions? Roll call.
Mr. Angel, absent. Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 6 yeas, 1 absent.
Thank you. Ms. Tanaka, could you read in Resolution 4101?
Resolution 4101, retirement of Craig C. Harvey. Whereas the retirement of Craig C. Harvey, an employee of Kent County, State of Delaware, from his duties as engineering project specialist in the Department of Public Works Engineering Division, presents a suitable opportunity for expressing the esteem in which we hold Craig C. Harvey as a good and faithful public servant. Therefore, be it resolved that the County of Kent expresses its warmest appreciation and thanks to Craig C. Harvey for the able and loyal manner in which he performed his public duties. Be it further resolved that this resolution be his evidence of a right to the pension provided by the Kent County Employees Retirement Program, and that this resolution be and hereby is incorporated into the official minutes of the April 22nd, 2025 meeting of the Kent County Levy Court.
We have a motion to accept Resolution 4101.
So moved, Madam President.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Scott, second by Commissioner Pepper. Any questions? Roll call.
Mr. Angel? Absent. Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 6 yeas, 1 absent.
Thank you. At this part of the meeting, we will open it up to public hearing. Mr. Pepper, I believe you have a couple items.
Yes, the first item is ordinance LC 25-07. It's an ordinance amending the Code of Kent County, Volume 1, Article 1, Disabled Property Owner and Senior Citizen Exemption. It's Section 191-1, exemption limit to provide additional tax relief for qualifying individuals. And we have our fiscal person here that can come up and answer any questions or provide any additional information as needed.
Good evening. This ordinance is to increase our limit for the elderly exemption and handicap from 50,000 to 100,000. It was 25,000 before the reassessment. Last year we took it to 50,000, and our assessment increased quite a bit, so most people did not receive the equal benefit of what they had before, so this would bring us closer. Any questions?
No questions, thank you. At this point, we open it up for public comment. Is there anyone here who would like to speak in favor of ordinance LC 2507?
For our guests joining us online, if you would like to speak in favor of LC 2507, please indicate by raising an electronic hand or pressing *3 if you're joining us by phone. See no hands raised, Madam President.
Is there anyone here who would like to speak in opposition to ordinance LC 2507?
Similarly, if you're online and would like to speak in opposition to LC 2507, please indicate by raising an electronic hand. Still no hands raised, Madam President.
Seeing no opposition, motion, Commissioner Pepper?
Yes, I make a motion to approve ordinance LC 25-07, amending the Kent County Code.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Pepper, second by Commissioner Scott. Any questions? Roll call.
Mr. Angel, absent. Mr. Hall?
Yes, based on staff recommendation.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes, based on staff recommendations.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes, also based on staff recommendations.
Mr. Scott?
Yes, based on staff recommendations.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes, for all reasons stated.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes, reason stated.
Madam President, roll call reveals 6 yeas, 1 absent.
Back to you, Commissioner Pepper.
Thank you. The next item I have is ordinance LC 25-10. It's an ordinance to amend ordinance 24-15, fiscal year 25 annual operating budget of Kent County, Delaware for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2024, to incorporate projected expenditures and revenues not included in the originally adopted budget. Once again, Ms. Durham's here to answer any questions or help for any additional information.
Any questions for Mrs. Durham? No questions. Thank you. At this point, we open the public hearing for ordinance LC 25-10. Anyone here to speak in favor?
If you're joining us online and would like to speak in favor of LC 2510, please indicate by raising an electronic hand. No hands raised, Madam President.
Anyone here to speak in opposition to LC 25-10?
Similarly, if you're online and would like to speak in opposition to LC 2510, please indicate by raising an electronic hand. Still no hands raised, Madam President.
Thank you. Back to you, Commissioner Pepper.
Thank you. I'd like to motion to approve ordinance LC 25-10, ordinance to amend ordinance 24-15.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Pepper, second by Commissioner Scott. Any questions? Roll call.
Mr. Angel, absent. Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 6 yeas, 1 absent.
Now turn the public hearings over to Mr. Hall. I believe you have a couple of ordinances.
Thank you, Madam President. I will turn the first issue, LC 25-02, over to Ms. Kiefer.
Good evening, Commissioners. First, just a brief word about how the hearings tonight will be conducted. This public hearing is being conducted for the purpose of giving the citizens of the county the opportunity to present testimony on the ordinances before the levy court. Everyone will have a chance to speak. All statements are made from the podium at the front of the room. For the record, please give your name and address. Copies of any written statements or exhibits used during the hearing should be presented for identification and inclusion in the record. For each application, the levy court will receive testimony from all of those in favor. Testimony will then be received from those who may be opposed. After everyone has had an opportunity to speak, the hearing on the application will be closed, and the levy court will take what action it deems appropriate. Levy court's decision will be based upon public hearing testimony at this meeting and a recommendation submitted to the levy court by the Regional Planning Commission. I would ask that that recommendation be included by reference in the permanent record of this meeting established by the Clerk of the Peace. The public notice of this hearing was published in the April 4th, 2025 edition of the Delaware State News. The first ordinance before the levy court, LC 2502, very simply eliminates the impervious cover limits for non-residential development. It does not alter any other area or bulk regulation. This is sort of the next step following the ordinance levy court adopted in December, changing all of the area and bulk regulations within the growth zone. This simply addresses the impervious cover, so it would match throughout the county. The Regional Planning Commission did vote unanimously to recommend approval. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Any questions for Ms. Kiefer? Commissioner Sweeney?
Thank you, Madam President. Ms. Kiefer, so the comment made in your cover letter says, in addition, landscaping and buffering requirements for non-residential development will prevent entire sites from being impervious. That's great. That relieves my angst about businesses putting in a 30-acre parking lot with nothing else. And those landscaping and buffering requirements are pretty significant for commercial. I mean, we've relaxed it a little bit with the parking lots and taken away the islands, but they still have to do trees and.
And it's several pieces when you're doing a land development. So there's the buffering requirement, there's the general landscaping requirement, and then there's the added landscaping requirement for the parking area.
Right.
So we don't tell you how many parking spaces you need to have, but there is a formula for how much additional landscaping you have to include.
Perfect.
So yeah, we won't have 100% impervious on a non-residential site.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you, Ms. Kiefer. At this point, we open it up. Is there anyone here who would like to speak in favor of ordinance LC 2502?
If you're joining us online and would like to speak in favor of LC 2502, please indicate by raising your electronic hand. I see no hands raised, Madam President.
Thank you. Is there anyone here who would speak in opposition of ordinance LC 2502?
Similarly, if you're online and would like to speak in opposition of LC 2502, please indicate by pressing *3 if you're joining us by phone or raising your electronic hand. Still no hands raised, Madam President.
Seeing no opposition, ordinance LC 2502. Mr. Hall for a motion.
Thank you, Madam President. I move to approve ordinance LC 25-02, impervious cover, non-residential, an ordinance to amend Kent County Code, Volume 2, Chapter 205, zoning, as amended by revising Article 7, area and bulk requirements, Paragraph 205, Tac 83, non-residential structure requirements in order to eliminate the maximum impervious coverage limit.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Hall, second by Commissioner Sweeney. Any questions? Roll call?
Mr. Angel, absent. Mr. Hall,
Yes, per staff recommendation.
Mr. Hertz,
Yes, for reasons stated.
Mr. Pepper,
Yes, reasons stated.
Scott,
Yes, reason stated.
Yes, per staff recommendation, RPC recommendation, letter of no objection from the Kent Conservation District and no public opposition.
Mrs. Maston.
Yes, reason stated.
Madam President, roll call reveals 6 yeas, 1 absent.
Thank you. Back to you, Commissioner Hall.
Thank you, Madam President. I again defer to Ms. Kiefer for LC 25-03.
Thank you, Commissioner. Similar to the previous ordinance, this one addresses impervious cover limits outside the growth zone for residential development. This again simply removes that limit when developing outside of the growth zone. When a parcel is, if you imagine a subdivision being created outside the growth zone, there's still all of the open space, the landscaping, those development requirements still exist. This simply eliminates the impervious cover or maximum. Planning Commission again voted unanimously to recommend approval, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Any questions for Ms. Kiefer? Commissioner Sweeney?
Thank you, President Masson. So similar question. The landscaping requirements that you referred to are for the open space. So you can't pave their open space.
Correct.
But a homeowner could pave their entire yard, which would thoroughly upset their neighbors if they have a paved blacktop yard. And since if the HOA came up with a bylaw that said you can't pave your yard, we can't enforce that.
Correct. We can't enforce any HOA restrictions.
Right. So is there anything that we can do to prevent a neighbor from paving their entire yard?
No. And honestly, I can recall one instance, it's a parcel inside the growth zone where the limit has already been removed, where someone paved at least 50%. That's one instance in more than 20 years with the county. This is not a common thing. And if you're thinking outside the growth zone, certainly post 2009, your minimum lot size is an acre. If you're doing a subdivision, your lot sizes are going up even more. It'd be pretty radical if somebody wanted to pave quite that much. So I think the risk is exceptionally low, is what I'm saying.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Ms. Kiefer? Okay. At this point, we open it up. Is there anyone here who would like to speak in favor of Ordinance LC 25-03?
If you're joining us online and would like to speak in favor of LC 2503, please indicate by raising an electronic hand. I see no hands raised online, Madam President.
Anyone here like to speak in opposition to Ordinance LC 25-03?
Likewise, if you're joining us online and would like to speak in opposition to LC 2503, please indicate by raising your electronic hand. Still no hands raised online, Madam President.
Thank you. Having no opposition, I turn it back to Commissioner Hall for a motion.
Thank you, Madam President. I move to approve ordinance LC 25-03, area and bulk regulations outside the growth zone, an ordinance to amend Kent County Code, Volume 2, Chapter 205, zoning, as amended by revising Article 7, area and bulk requirements, paragraph 205, TAC 82, residential maximum impervious coverage limit.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Hall, second by Commissioner Hertz. Any questions? Roll call?
Mr. Angel absent. Mr. Hall,
Yes, per staff and RPC recommendations.
Mr. Hertz,
Yes.
Mr. Pepper,
Yes, for reasons stated by Commissioner Hall.
Mr. Scott,
Yes, based on staff recommendation.
Mr. Sweeney,
So for many years, I've been an advocate for increasing the impervious cover on homeowners. But my fear is that the unintended consequence here is going to be somebody is going to come up with a way to pave their yard, which is a huge negative on their neighbors. So I'm going to vote no on this one.
Mrs. Maston,
Yes, for reasons stated.
Madam President, roll call reveals 5 yeas, 1 nay, 1 absent.
Roll call, 5 yeas, 1 no, 1 absent. At this point, we'll close the public hearing. Old business? Any new business? First item, Mr. Hertz?
Yeah, we talked about this in workshop, and does anybody have any questions on the motion? Okay, then I move to award the biosolids dryer building contract to M2 Construction LLC for a total amount of $4,946,686 for the biosolids capacity expansion, and authorize the president of Levy Court to execute the associated contract documents for the equipment procurement.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Hertz, second by Commissioner Scott. Any questions? Roll call?
Mr. Angel, absent. Mr. Hall,
Yes.
Mr. Hertz,
Yes.
Mr. Pepper,
Yes.
Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney,
Yes.
Mrs. Maston.
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 6 yeas, 1 absent.
Item number 2, Commissioner Hertz?
Item number 2 is the purchase of a 2025 Ford F-250. Does anybody have any questions? If not, I do. A couple months ago, Kent County, we put a policy in place where we would buy Kent County first, Delaware second, and then out of state third. Yet last week, until the 11th hour, we were getting one price from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania until we stopped it. So my question is, why did we not go to Hertrick until someone stopped it from last week? Why wasn't Hertrick brought in from the get-go? Because bringing them in, they not only bid on it, but they came in 4,000 under, which is over 6%.
We get notified by the state contract vendors when the ordering window opens. So the Pacifico is the last person we purchased from. We purchased vehicles from Hertrick in the past, but the Pacifico rep actually reached out to us and told us the window for trucks is opening and closing like May 6th. So we moved forward with the pricing because on the previous truck we purchased, Hertrick didn't have the contract. We weren't aware, we didn't check that if Hertrick was on the state contract at the time.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions?
No questions.
All right, I make a motion to approve the purchase of one 2025 Ford F-250 in the amount of $53,857 from Hertrick Fleet Services Incorporated, and to improve the issuance of a purchase order. Funding shall be from the FY 2025 Streetlight Fund and Trash Fund budgets.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Hertz, second by Commissioner Pepper. Any questions? Roll call?
Mr. Angel, absent. Mr. Hall,
Yes.
Mr. Hertz,
Yes.
Mr. Pepper,
Yes.
Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney,
Yes.
Mrs. Maston.
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 6 yeas, 1 absent.
Roll call, 6 yeas, 1 absent. That ends our potential action items. Moving into new business, Mr. Hall, you have an introduction, I believe.
Thank you, Madam President. Introduction of ordinance LC 25-08, distribution of agricultural products. An ordinance to amend Kent County Code Volume 2, Chapter 205, zoning, as amended by revising Article 5, permitted uses, paragraph 205, TAC 53, permitted use table, and 205, TAC 54, agricultural uses, and Article 6, conditions of approval, 205, TAC 67, agricultural uses to add distribution of agricultural products as permitted use with conditions in the AC, agricultural conservation, and AR, agricultural residential zoning district, for public hearing on Tuesday, May 20, 2025 at 7 p.m.
Thank you. Other business, Commissioner Scott?
Mr. Administrator, do we have anything for executive tonight? Thank you, sir. I move to go into executive session immediately following the committee meetings workshop on Tuesday, May the 6th, 2025, for a preliminary discussion on site acquisition for a publicly funded capital improvement and legal strategy session regarding collective bargaining or pending or potential litigation and personnel matters pursuant to 29 Delaware C 10004B 2, 4, and 9.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Scott, second by Commissioner Pepper. Any questions? Roll call.
Mr. Angel absent. Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 6 yeas, 1 absent.
Do we have any information items? Any public comments?
For our guests joining us online, if you would like to make public comments, please indicate by raising your electronic hand at this time. See no hands raised online, Madam President.
Thank you. Any commissioner comments? Commissioner Sweeney?
Thank you, ma'am. I do have just a couple things. First of all, I noticed that we have someone online tonight who has left their name as guest. And I'm wondering if we shouldn't consider a policy that says they'll only be recognized if they include their name on the WebEx when they sign in. Because if that guest asks to say something, we don't know who they are. As soon as Mr. Kennedy opens up the mic, he could be scrambling to stop somebody from saying something that's really inappropriate. So I'm wondering if that's something we can think about and maybe bring it to a workshop and talk about a policy that would take care of that. Second thing is, I've noticed the last couple months that our online has included a RPC document, and everything to do with the RPC is in one document. So tonight wasn't too bad because we just had those 2 minor ordinances for the impervious cover. But a couple weeks ago, we had a couple ordinances that were the full application for zoning change, and it was all in one file. You guys aren't looking at the files like that yet that I know of, but I'm hoping that it's coming. But man, oh man, is that tough to try to go through if we have more than 1 or 2 different applications that have to come through planning or through the RPC. So if we could look at maybe breaking those back out into their individual documents. Third thing, Kent County, I understand that Commissioner Pepper's wife and grandkids went down to Browns Branch today. That's perfect. Saturday, we had the Earth Day event at Brecknock Park. And Gene Taylor, who is our park naturalist for the last couple of years, kind of managed it. Did a good job. We got I planted 96 plants that are ground cover plants that are going to hopefully keep the vines from taking over. But we had 30 people there who were ripping out vines. Had one guy that was pulling vines off of a tree with his bare hands, even though we told him it was poison ivy. He just kept right on going. I'm sure that guy is suffering beat all last couple of days. But yeah, I wanted to thank Mike Rigby and Jason and all the park staff for what they did on Saturday to start the process to clean up another one of our gems in Kent County. So,
Thank you, Commissioner Sweeney. Very informative. Anyone else have any commissioner comments? Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Have a great night.